Gentlemen, many of you believe that by using olive oil regularly, you are already doing everything possible for your health. And while olive oil is undeniably powerful, there's a crucial truth most men never hear. On its own, olive oil only delivers part of its potential. In fact, without the right partner, you may be missing out on more than half of its true benefits. Here on Men Over Secrets, we focus on the details that make a real difference. And today, one of those details is something almost everyone already has sitting in their kitchen. A simple ingredient that, when combined with olive oil, dramatically amplifies its effects on blood flow, vascular strength, and male vitality. That ingredient is vinegar, specifically apple cider vinegar. This isn't about a trendy health hack or mixing random ingredients together. This is about an ancient biochemical partnership that civilizations understood long before modern medicine began isolating nutrients into pills. When olive oil and vinegar are combined correctly, they create a level of vascular support that neither can achieve alone. Men who use this combination consistently often experience improved vessel flexibility, reduced arterial buildup, stronger nitric oxide signaling, and circulation that feels noticeably different, sometimes comparable to what they remember from decades earlier. Stay with us for the next few minutes, because we're going to break down exactly why this combination works so effectively, how to prepare it the right way, and what changes senior men can realistically expect when they make it part of their daily routine. For many men, this approach becomes the turning point, the moment they realize decline was never inevitable. Before we explain how the olive oil and vinegar combination works, it's important to understand what actually happens inside your blood vessels as you age. Your vascular system isn't made of rigid pipes. It's a living, responsive network that must stay flexible and clear in order to function well. In your younger years, blood vessels expand easily when demand increases. Circulation adapts quickly. Everything flows. But beginning around your 40s and accelerating through your 50s, 60s, and beyond, several quiet changes take place. The cells lining your blood vessels become less efficient at producing nitric oxide, the molecule responsible for telling vessels to relax and widen. The vessel walls stiffen. Mineral deposits and cholesterol begin to accumulate. Over time, plaques form and narrow the passageways. For senior men, these changes hit particularly hard because the blood vessels that support male function are among the smallest in the entire body. When vessels measure only 1 or 2 millimeters wide, even slight narrowing or stiffness can have a major impact on performance. By the time many men reach their later years, decades of subtle vascular damage have accumulated. The encouraging news is this: much of that damage is not permanent. Given the right conditions, your body still knows how to repair itself. And this is where the olive oil and vinegar combination becomes especially powerful. Let's start with olive oil itself, because understanding its role helps explain why vinegar transforms its effectiveness. Extra virgin olive oil is one of the most extensively studied foods in cardiovascular science. Populations that rely on olive oil as a primary fat source, particularly in Mediterranean regions, consistently show stronger vascular health and lower rates of heart disease well into old age. The backbone of olive oil's benefits is oleic acid, a monounsaturated fat that supports healthy cholesterol balance, reduces inflammation inside blood vessels, and improves the elasticity of arterial walls. Beyond that, high-quality extra virgin olive oil contains a range of polyphenols, plant compounds that actively protect vascular tissue. These polyphenols help calm chronic inflammation, shield LDL cholesterol from oxidative damage, and support the endothelial cells that regulate blood flow. Regular intake has been shown to improve nitric oxide availability, leading to better circulation throughout the body. But here's the part most men never hear. Many of olive oil's most valuable compounds are fat-soluble, meaning their absorption depends heavily on the environment in which they're consumed. Without the right conditions, a significant portion of these protective compounds passes through your system underutilized. This is exactly where vinegar enters the equation. Now let's talk about vinegar, and why apple cider vinegar in particular completes what olive oil alone cannot do. Apple cider vinegar is created through a natural fermentation process. First, the sugars in apples are converted into alcohol. Then, beneficial bacteria transform that alcohol into acetic acid. This acetic acid is the core active compound responsible for many of vinegar's health effects. But apple cider vinegar is far more than just acid. When it's raw and unfiltered, it contains organic acids, plant polyphenols from apples, enzymes, and beneficial bacterial byproducts. This combination creates powerful metabolic and vascular effects, especially for aging men. One of the most researched benefits of vinegar is its effect on blood sugar regulation. When vinegar is consumed before or with meals, it significantly reduces post-meal glucose spikes. This matters far more than most men realize. Elevated blood sugar damages blood vessels through a process called glycation. Sugar molecules bind to proteins in vessel walls, making them stiff, brittle, and dysfunctional. Over years, this process accelerates vascular aging and plaque formation. For senior men, many of whom already deal with insulin resistance or borderline diabetes, this blood sugar control becomes a cornerstone of vascular protection. By stabilizing glucose levels, vinegar helps slow one of the most destructive aging mechanisms affecting circulation. But vinegar's impact doesn't stop there. Acetic acid has been shown to support healthy blood pressure through several pathways. It influences the renin-angiotensin system, which plays a major role in regulating vascular tension. It also enhances nitric oxide activity, improving the ability of blood vessels to relax and widen when needed. Another overlooked benefit is vinegar's mild chelating effect. Organic acids can bind to certain minerals involved in arterial calcification. Over long periods of consistent use, this may support the gradual softening of hardened vessel walls, an effect that becomes increasingly important with age. Vinegar also improves lipid metabolism. It supports healthier cholesterol ratios and reduces the accumulation of harmful lipid particles. When combined with olive oil, which already improves lipid profiles, you get a dual-action defense against the root causes of vascular disease. This is where the real magic happens. When olive oil and apple cider vinegar are consumed together, their effects don't simply add up. They multiply. The acidic environment created by vinegar dramatically improves the absorption of olive oil's fat-soluble polyphenols. These compounds enter the bloodstream more efficiently and remain active longer. Additionally, the antioxidants in olive oil and the polyphenols in vinegar target different forms of oxidative stress. Together, they provide broader cellular protection than either could offer alone. Their anti-inflammatory actions also reinforce each other. Studies show that when these compounds are combined, inflammatory markers decrease more significantly than expected from individual use. Both substances support endothelial health, but from different angles. Olive oil nourishes and protects endothelial cells, while vinegar enhances their responsiveness. Together, they create ideal conditions for sustained nitric oxide production and improved circulation. For senior men facing metabolic changes, this combination also stabilizes insulin signaling, which is essential for protecting delicate blood vessels over time. Now that you understand why this combination works, let's talk about how to use it correctly, because preparation and timing matter more than most people think. The traditional method of combining olive oil and vinegar has existed for thousands of years, particularly in Mediterranean cultures. It's the foundation of simple vinaigrettes. But when prepared intentionally, it becomes a targeted vascular support practice. Start with high-quality extra virgin olive oil. This is non-negotiable. Look for cold-pressed oil stored in dark glass, ideally from a single origin. Check the harvest date. Fresh oil contains significantly higher polyphenol levels than older bottles. For vinegar, choose raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar with the mother. That cloudy sediment at the bottom is a sign that the vinegar still contains active enzymes and beneficial compounds. The ideal ratio is 3 parts olive oil to 1 part vinegar. A common daily amount is 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Begin by placing the vinegar in a small bowl or cup. Add a pinch of sea salt and whisk briefly. The salt helps stabilize the mixture. Slowly drizzle in the olive oil while whisking continuously to form a temporary emulsion. You can enhance this base in several ways. A small amount of raw honey balances acidity and supports circulation. Dijon mustard improves emulsification and adds vascular supportive compounds. Garlic adds potent cardiovascular protection. Herbs like oregano or basil contribute additional antioxidants. Timing matters. For metabolic and blood sugar benefits, consume the mixture shortly before or with your largest meal. Vinegar slows carbohydrate absorption, while olive oil supports insulin balance. Many senior men prefer taking it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Absorption is rapid, and energy levels often improve noticeably. Others split the dose, half mid-morning, half mid-afternoon, to maintain steady blood levels of beneficial compounds. You can drink the mixture directly, dilute it with water or herbal tea, or use it as a salad dressing. Consistency matters far more than the method. Over time, the changes become clear. In the first few weeks, digestion improves and energy becomes more stable. Blood sugar fluctuations lessen. Afternoon crashes become less frequent. Within 1 to 2 months, vascular flexibility improves. Blood pressure often trends downward. Circulation feels stronger. Between 3 and 6 months, many men notice meaningful improvements in male function, better reliability, improved response quality, and healthier tissue sensation. These are not stimulatory effects. They reflect genuine vascular restoration. For men with extensive plaque buildup or long-standing vascular disease, progress may take longer. 6 months to a year of consistency may be required. But even men in their 70s and 80s report measurable improvements. There are important considerations. Men on diabetes or blood pressure medications should monitor levels carefully, as this combination can enhance medication effects. Those on blood thinners should consult their healthcare providers, though the effects are typically mild at recommended doses. To protect dental enamel, rinse your mouth after consumption or use a straw. If you're new to vinegar, start small, 1 teaspoon of each, and gradually increase. This practice works best as part of a broader health-conscious lifestyle, but for many senior men, it becomes the foundation that allows other efforts to work more effectively. Here at Men Over Secrets, we focus on solutions that address root causes, not quick fixes. The olive oil and apple cider vinegar combination supports your body's natural ability to repair and restore itself. It's simple, it's accessible, and when used consistently, it can change how your body performs, regardless of age. Stay consistent, stay patient, and take back what you were told was lost.